Hi, everybody. Welcome into Tuesday Job Talk. I hope you're all having a wonderful Tuesday. Give me just a moment here to, as you know, get us set up in all the locations and make sure we're good to go. All right, I see us on Facebook. I see us on Instagram. Let me double check on YouTube and LinkedIn. While I am checking on these, let me know where you're from. Let me know where you're joining me from. Are you coming at us from LinkedIn, from Facebook? Let me know. I'd love to know where you're joining from. I am Katie Castillo, the community expert at VertForce. I am joining you from Northern Washington near Whidbey Island, where we live and love to live. We're very happy here. This is actually our choice, funny enough. We are a Navy family, but in post-active duty life and reservist life. So we actually got to choose our location, and this is where our home is. Let me go ahead and get it on my phone because for some reason I can never see anybody's comments on Facebook for some reason. So hello, welcome into Tuesday Job Talk. As I said, I'm Katie Castillo, community expert at VertForce. So today, like we do pretty much every Tuesday, this is first and foremost a place for you to get more information, resources, learn some things. And if you have any questions, this is a great chance to ask them because I am with you live, looking at your questions on LinkedIn, YouTube, Facebook, Instagram. So if you have questions, feel free to drop them in the chat at any time and I will try to catch them as we go. But I will make sure at the very end I circle back and get to any questions that I didn't answer. So if you have questions, feel free to drop them. I'm here to help in any way that I can. Okay. So we're going to get started like we usually do by talking about jobs, right? Tuesday Job Talk, that's number one on our list is going to be jobs. So I'm going to put the URL down here. It's jobs.vertforce.us. And if you're not watching from your phone, you can also scan this QR code up here. It'll take you to the job arsenal. I see we have a couple people from YouTube. Fort George. Hello in Maryland. Hi, welcome in. Happy to have you here today. There we go. Got a couple. All right. Okay, I see Shells on YouTube is applying for jobs and can't seem to find anything. Shells, I'm going to help you out. So first, let's talk about what are you looking for? Are you looking for a specific area of business, a specific type of experience that you've had in the past that you'd like to utilize? What type of job are you looking for? That's going to help us give you a little bit more of a tailored response versus just a generic, here are a couple locations you can look for jobs. So while you answer that in the chat, I am going to go back to the job board for a second. So if you're not watching from your phone, you can scan the QR code or you can go to jobs.vertforce.us. That is our private job board. You will have to make an account on our job board in order to access all of the jobs and job descriptions. Don't worry, it's free. All of our resources are free for you. But it is a private job board. Unlike LinkedIn or Indeed or something, not everybody can just post a job to our job board, right? We vet every single job to make sure they're legitimate and they meet certain standards. So every position you're going to find on our job board is going to be location flexible, military friendly, and actually legitimately a real job. So like I said, you can find that at jobs.vertforce.us. Sign in, make an account. Plus, when you sign in and make an account, you will get emails from us. We don't spam you. We don't send you 7,000 emails a week. But we are going to email you when we have news for you. So things like event updates, new jobs that are on the job board. If we have podcast resources that are out, you're going to get emails for those. Also, when you're making your account on our job board, highly recommend that you go to the little bubble. It's, what color is it, red? White with red writing. At the top, once you make an account, it'll have your name in a white little bubble, little oval. Click it and then update your profile. Let us know if you have any certifications, if you have licenses, your experience, what you're looking for, things like that, because that'll help us also tailor the emails that we send to you to get you emails that you're interested in, okay? So make sure you do that. And hi, Erica. Happy to host this. We're here every week, or pretty much every week. I try to be. It's summertime, so we're doing a little traveling. So it's been a little hit and miss there and there. But most most every Tuesday, we are here to do Tuesday Job Talk, and we'll talk about updated jobs, updated events, and usually Q&A and or resources and specific tips that we have to share with you. So let's go into specifics now that we've talked about the positions. Jobs update frequently on our job board. So once you make an account, you will get emails from us, but make sure that you are checking and like sometimes we end up in spam, especially when you have a new account. So make sure you're checking there too, because we send an email out when we have a new job on the job board, and they happen frequently. The jobs on our job board rotate frequently. So if you want to have updates about new jobs, the emails are a great way. Our Facebook page, for those of you not joining from our Facebook, our private Facebook group is another great way to do that, because when we send out the email, we also send out a job alert on our Facebook group. So if you set up notifications for our group, you'll get those too. I'll put that there. That is our Facebook group QR code. You can scan that. If you are watching from your phone, you can't scan, just search on Facebook for VertForce. You'll see our business page, and you'll also see the private group. When you do join the group, make sure you answer the questions. Otherwise, I can't let you in. So make sure you answer the questions so we know who you are, because it is a private Facebook group for military affiliated members. Okay. So let's talk about jobs. So new as of yesterday, we have a brand new role on our job board. It is a sales and marketing coordinator role. It is a W-2 position, partially quiet, office hours required. It is part-time at 30 hours a week right now, but with the potential to go full-time for the right fit candidate in time, once they make sure that you're ready to grow into that role. So that is an awesome new role. It is, let me double check. Yes. Okay. So it is CONUS, and you must be able to work Central Standard Time Zone hours, plus or minus 1 hour. You'll get more information on that, but that is what they're looking for. Just for some basics on there, you will see that on our job board. If you just go to like all jobs, you'll see like little highlights on the right and little bubbles. But once you click the job description, there's a lot more information in there. So it's a remote role, which is fantastic. They do have PTO, paid holidays, benefits. They provide all the equipment for you. Like I said, it is 30 hours a week. They are looking for somebody who has sales coordination and marketing experience. It's about 60% sales, 40% marketing, which you'll be doing. You can read all these details on the job description on the job board. But they are looking somebody who does have 2 to 4 years of experience in sales, project management, coordination, marketing, things like that, as well as a few other email applications like HubSpot or something similar. So check that out if that does fit your background and what you are looking for. At the bottom, towards the bottom of the job description, there is a resume punch list. So this is a great little tip from us for you on what you can make sure you add into your resume. If you have these experience and these skills, make sure you add this little punch list in there. This is what they're looking for. So if you have these things and you have these experiences that are on the resume punch list, make sure that they are upfront and visible on your resume and your cover letter to show us that you are a good fit for this candidate. It's a quick, easy way that we've provided for you to know how to tailor your resume to this role. So that is also my little punchline, my little tip here. Please make sure that you are tailoring your resume to every single job you apply for, not just if you're applying to the sales and marketing position, but any position you apply for. And like I said, we tried to give you a little leg up here on the tailoring if you have those experiences and that what they're looking for. We gave you a little list of things to highlight, right? So we have that up there. That's new this week. It just came up yesterday. I believe that they are actively looking at those applications already starting now. So highly recommend getting that in soon. It does close, I believe, on Friday, if I'm not mistaken. So make sure you get that in soon, but take the time to tailor your resume, please. It's really important. Okay. Because if you don't, there's always going to be another applicant who does tailor their resume. So if you're not doing it, somebody else will, and they will get the leg up on, or they'll be the standout candidate. Right. So also on our job board, one of the things I did want to mention, I had a candidate in our Facebook community today say, oh, well, CVS only has a pharmacy tech role on site in Hawaii right now. That's the only role that CVS has available for us. That's not the case. So I want to make sure that everybody knows You do have to log in to see all of the positions. If you don't log in, you'll only see like 2 or 3 highlighted positions on our job board. Once you log in and you click jobs at the top, you'll be able to see all of the jobs on our job board. And CVS is one of our employment partners. So they have a whole mess of different business areas that they are hiring for that you can find links for on our job board. So yes, there is an on-site pharmacy tech role in Hawaii with CVS Health, but there's also other clinical roles. There are customer care roles. I'm going to go through all of these just so you know. There are NPPA roles. There are innovation tech roles, pharmacy jobs, corporate jobs, warehouse fulfillment, transportation jobs, as well as in-store jobs. So if you are looking for pretty much any area of business, CVS Health is a great place to go check. We have links to each of those specific business areas on our job board. So, and then, oh, got a question. Erica wants to know, do you need to go to the pre-screening questions for that? Erica, pre-screening questions for what exactly? I'm assuming you mean applying for the sales and marketing position. If you are given the pre-screening questions, yes, make sure you do those. I'm not sure if that's what you're asking. So if you'll comment and let me know what you are asking, I'll make sure I answer that. And Shells, I do see that you are asking some questions on YouTube. I will get to those in just a few minutes, okay? So Erica, for the marketing position, yes, if you are given the pre-screening questions, please make sure you take those. That's part of the application process. And in order to fully complete your application and be reviewed for a position, you do need to 100% complete the application. So take those pre-screening questions as soon as you can, okay? If that didn't answer your question, let me know. Okay. So I talked about CVS Health. Imagine 360 has a multiple position listing link on our job board. So that will take you straight over to Imagine 360's job board where you can search all of the positions that Imagine 360 has to offer. Imagine 360 is a remote healthcare company. So pretty much all, if not every single one of their jobs is remote, which is really fantastic because they're a remote first company, right? So go check them out. And yes, they're a healthcare company, but know that just like CVS, right? They have, and just like any business, right? Just because they're a healthcare company doesn't mean they're only going to have clinical nursing doctor roles. Yes, they have those too, but they're also going to need people who work in customer care, who are going to help with IT, who are going to help with all sorts of different areas of business. So even if you're not a healthcare worker, even if you've never worked in healthcare before, that doesn't mean that you're not going to find something. So check out Imagine 360. Like I said, they have a multi-position link. It is called Imagine. You'll see it titled Imagine 360, multiple positions available. Click that. It'll take you over to their job board and you can search and filter based on what your experience is and what you're looking for. You will also see the same sort of link for Travelers Insurance. So Travelers Insurance is nationwide. They hire in all 50 states. So does Imagine 360 and CVS Health, which is fantastic. But Travelers, you'll find a multi-position link as well. And not all, one thing with Travelers, make sure you note, not all of the positions are remote. So make sure you're reading the job descriptions and paying attention to whether it is location specific or it's hybrid, or there'll be a note that says like, you know, for active duty military spouses, this role is fully remote. So just make sure you're paying attention to that. When we have specific job links for Travelers, specific positions on our job board, which we get fairly often, and we'll have some soon in the upcoming months, those ones will be fully remote for military spouses from our job board. So make sure you're checking them out. And like I said, keep an eye on the job board. Positions update frequently. Like I said, the marketing sales position just went up yesterday and it closes on Friday. So if you're interested in applying, tailor your resume, right? Tailor your resume. Do that first and then apply. And Erica, that was a great question about the pre-screening questions on our job board for certain positions for smaller companies like this. You will get a pre-screening questionnaire. Make sure you answer that. Part of applying for the job is fully completing your application. And if you don't complete the pre-screening questions or you don't submit your resume and cover letter in the right format, you won't have successfully applied. So make sure you're reading those that information correctly and taking the time to do it right. Okay. Sorry, when I talk, it's hot in Washington right now. And we don't have like central AC, like maybe Florida people are like, it's not that hot compared, and it's not as hot as Florida, but we don't have AC. So it's hot, and talking makes me thirsty. So sorry about that. Okay. So now I did talk about Imagine 360 a little bit, and I want to talk about our upcoming event with Imagine 360. So we have an event, as you can see. This is, here, I'll show this to you. This is the website. If you need it, let me know, and I can send it to you. I'll just go ahead and drop it in the chats right now. Actually, this will be easier because I know some of you are on your phones and cannot like scan the QR code. So here, let me, hold on, sorry, Facebook's being weird as per usual. Okay, there you go. I dropped the link for you so you have it. If you are not on your phone and you want to scan it, you can scan that QR code and it will take you over to the Imagine 360 event page where you can RSVP. It will also give you lots more information about who's going to join us, what's happening, things like that. So we are giving away $105 Starbucks gift cards at this event for 100 live attendees. You will get the chance to talk to the recruitment teams at Imagine 360. You'll be talking to some military spouses. We have 2 fantastic military spouse guests who are going to talk to us about what their journey has been like with Imagine 360, how they got hired, how they found them, and what they're doing now. You'll get to hear like about what the culture is like, what the day-to-day is like, and they will have open positions to highlight at this event. And you'll get a chance to ask your questions to the hiring team, to these military spouses, and to us about Imagine 360. So these employer events are fantastic. They are a great way to learn more about a company, learn more about the positions that they're hiring for. You'll get to hear straight from the recruiters what they are looking for in an employee and what they're looking for on your resumes, cover letters, all of that. And then you get a chance to come on screen, or not if you don't want to, but you get a chance to ask your questions to the recruitment teams, to the people who actually work at Imagine 360. So it's such like a unique opportunity to get to talk to them and apply for the positions that they're talking about in the event. You'll get to hear from them. Hey, if you're applying for this role, this is what we're looking for. This is what kind of person would be a good fit for this position. So it is an unbeatable chance to find out whether or not this company, this position is a match for what you're looking for in a career. Imagine 360 is fantastic. They're a fantastic company. I'm really excited for you to meet them if you haven't already. One of the really cool things is one of our military spouse guests. Both of them are VertForce community members. So if you're watching, hi guys, I'll see you at our September event. But they're both VertForce community members, but one of them actually got hired after one of our previous Coffee and Connects with Imagine 360, which is such a cool, unique sort of thing that like, how this works, you know, like it's working, right? And so she was able to watch the event, learn more about the company, learn what they were looking for, and apply and get hired with them. So I see Jerry on YouTube is asking only for military vets. No. While yes, our main demographic is military spouses, veterans, retirees, anybody military affiliated in that way. These events are public to anybody who wants to join. We are an equal opportunity employer. We just specialize in helping connect military spouses and veterans, past, present, transitioning service members, with military-friendly employers. So if you guys have any questions about Imagine 360, feel free to drop those. This event's going to be fantastic. Again, I'm really excited about it. I'm not looking for a job, obviously, but they are a great company to work for. And these events are always really fun. They're very casual. Bring your coffee, come hang out. You'll get a chance. Not only are you going to get to meet a potential employer and hear what they're looking for and learn about job opportunities, which is great. You'll also get the chance for a $5 Starbucks gift card, and that's always fun too. So I hope to see you guys there. I don't know if I mentioned this in my excitement to talk about Imagine 360. The event is on September 18th at 12:30 Eastern Time. It is a virtual event on Zoom. Sometimes I forget to say this, so sorry if I haven't said this before. It is a virtual event on Zoom. So when you either click the link that I dropped in the chats or you scan the QR code, it'll take you to the event landing page and you can drop your email in there. And what we'll do is we'll send you a calendar invite. You'll get some reminders about the event and more information about it. But you'll also get the Zoom link for the event in that. So that way on September 18th at 12:30 p.m. Eastern time, you can join our Zoom room to come and chat. So that's going to be really fun, guys. And I hope to see you there. Like I said, if you're looking for clinical roles, awesome. Come check them out. They are obviously a healthcare company, but if you're looking for other things like customer care or anything else, come check them out too, because they've got positions that run the gamut of business areas. Okay. We have an upcoming event also before that one, which is on August 26th. Here, I'm going to change the QR code. On August 26th, the Military MLS, our sister community, is hosting Home Buying 101. So this event is for anybody really who may have never purchased a home, who's interested in purchasing a home, who's purchased 17 homes. Whether you're a first-time buyer or you just want a refresher, this is for you. It's free education about the VA loan and all of the steps and things that are involved in purchasing a home. It is going to be a fantastic event. We actually had a meeting yesterday with our guest experts from Trident Home Loans, and I am really, really excited. I have purchased a home before, and even just working on, I'm the event planner for these events, but even just listening and working on the events, I learn so much, and I'm really excited to be at this event, learn some more. If you have questions, it's a great chance to get those questions answered. And I will say that, like, even if you don't know what questions you have about home buying or the VA loan, come, because you'll get to hear everybody else's questions. You're going to get the information anyways. And then you might have questions that you didn't know you had. So it's going to be a great event. We are giving away Starbucks gift cards at this event, and we are giving away Stanley tumblers. So it's going to be awesome. It's going to be super fun. Highly recommend joining. And for those of you who don't know, here, oh, one second. I'm going to drop the links in the chat before I keep going. Hey, we have Jumi. Sorry if I didn't say that right. Jumi. It said, I signed up for the event looking to purchase in December or January. Awesome. I'm so glad you're going to be there. It's going to be super fun. It's going to be great. You're going to learn a lot. And one of the things, like I was going to say, is that if you don't know who the Military MLS is, it's our sister community where VertForce is focused on jobs. The Military MLS is focused on military to military housing. So we have this really cool, unique sort of circumstances that sometimes we all hate, right? We all PCS all the time, which is kind of unique to the military community. But the cool part is if we can connect with each other, you have this opportunity to buy and sell to military and rent to military families, and to connect with military affiliated realtors and lenders who know the business, know what you're doing, and can help you with, you know, your home buying journey, whatever that looks like for you. And so these events are, one of the things we like to do is education, right? There's a lot that people don't know. There's a lot of misconceptions. There's a lot of information out there. You can Google a lot of things, but hearing it from somebody who's actually been in your shoes, who actually lives the life that you live, is unparalleled. You're not going to find that anywhere else. It's really pretty fantastic. And one of the things that we do, Jumi, this might be very helpful for you too, since you're looking at buying in the next, in under 6 months, is the Military MLS does strategy calls with our concierge at the Military MLS. So it's a chance to get on a one-on-one call and say, hey, I'm looking to buy a house. We are PCSing. I'm looking to buy a house in like January-ish. We're moving. This is how many people are in my family, but we want to buy. And I think maybe we want to rent out. I don't know what the best choice is. Should we rent? Should we buy? Should I buy and then rent? What should I do? How does this work? What do I qualify for? All of those questions that go into potentially buying a home or PCSing. I don't know. I ask them every single time we have PCSed. So if that's you, the Military MLS does strategy calls to help answer those questions based on your situation and your goals and what you're looking for. So if you need more information about those strategy calls, let me know. I'd be happy to let you know where to go to get more information. You can also go to the militarymls.us. Let me see if I have a little, oh yeah, look at it. Look at me being prepared. All right. So if you go to the militarymls.us, you can find the website. It has all of the information about what we do with the military MLS, as well as events. You can also, if you're, I guess I didn't say this before, but it's a listing platform, a free listing, forever free listing platform. So if you are military affiliated and you are buying, selling, or renting, you can share your listing there. And if you are looking to buy or rent, you can also browse listings there. So you can check all of that out at the military MLS. But one of the big things that we do is education, to help educate our community on things that we didn't know, that we wish we knew, things that would be very helpful, because we've dealt with a lot of candidates and clients who didn't know things about the VA loan, or could have really used a friend in their corner to help them every step along the way. And so that's what the military MLS does. That's what Home Buying 101 is. So Home Buying 101, August 26th at, why do I do this to myself every time? I'm like, is it at 12:30 or is it at, because we have so many events. I'm so sorry. Okay. 12:30. Yes. Also 12:30. Home Buying 101, August 26th at 12:30 p.m. Eastern Time. It is a virtual event on Zoom, just like our Coffee and Connect. So that's going to be a great event. We're giving away Starbucks gift cards, Stanley tumblers, which will be really fun. It's casual. It's a great chance. We're going to talk about, we went over sort of what we're going to go over in the event. We're going to talk about some VA loan basics and some definitions, things that even as somebody who has been a homeowner, I was like, oh, I didn't know what that meant. I didn't know what that entailed. Okay, so we're going to go over some definitions, some VA loan basics. They're also going to go over buyer mistakes and things that you can avoid to make things run more smoothly. And we're going to go over a buyer's roadmap that takes you from like, hey, we're considering buying a home, maybe, to all the steps that you would go through to closed. So, okay. Oh, hey, look, we got some. Oh, okay, I don't know if it's Brandon or Katrina, so whichever one of you is watching, they said, I'm a brand new military spouse, just got stationed in Fort Bliss a couple months ago. I'm so thankful to have all these resources as it's all new to you. That's exactly what we're here for. So I'm really happy that we're able to help. You may not have questions right now, but as you do have questions, let us know. We do a live stream every Tuesday, usually around noon. I try to keep it at the same time slot, but life gets in the way, especially during summertime. But you can always post in our Facebook group. You can always drop your comments here, and we're happy to help. So those two events are going to be awesome. As a little sneak peek teaser, we do have a very awesome, exciting event, something brand new, coming up with CVS Health very, very soon. Hoping to have more information and be able to share that all with you next week. So I hope to see you next Tuesday at noon so I can share that information with you, because I'm very excited. And now I'm going to answer some questions, because I know we've got a couple questions in the chats here. All right. So Shells, told you I wasn't going to leave you hanging. So let's see. Bachelor's degree in supervision management, health management, concentration. Okay, and some certifications and things like that. You've worked in customer service and okay. And so Shells, you're looking from YouTube, you're looking for something new. We need a new position, having a hard time finding things. So I will say, just as a heads up, that medical billing and coding is like really, really saturated right now. There was a period of time where that was like the it certification. And that is what a ton of military spouses and just people excuse me one second. That is what a ton of people did in general, was get their certification in medical billing and coding. There are positions, yes, but many times they need you to have experience in person before you qualify for a remote role with medical billing and coding, just as a heads up. And if you are looking for something in health, I highly recommend checking out our Facebook group. Hold on, let me get over there so I can share it to you. So this is our Facebook group. Here, I'll drop you the link because I can do that. I can't really do it while talking and sharing information. Sorry. I'm good at multitasking in some things. So Shells, I just dropped the private Facebook group link. Go join that if you're not already a part of the VertForce community over there, if you're military affiliated. There are tons of people with backgrounds similar to yours looking for healthcare related roles. You can search in the group, which is a great place to find information. People will share leads all the time. People will also post questions and crowdsource for information. So for those of you joining from our actual Facebook group, and even if you're not, the VertForce Facebook group is a great place to crowdsource for information. You can ask for help. You can ask for resources, ask for advice. People will share leads, tips, all the things. And you also have access to all of the posts that have been posted before, which are thousands. I mean, this group is nearly 90,000 people strong. So, and they're all there to help you. So check it out. You can search in the group for information. But I did mention Imagine 360 and CVS Health are on our job board. They are obviously healthcare companies or healthcare kind of primarily focused companies. So if you're looking for something like that, that's a great place to check out and see. Our event with Imagine 360 is a great place to learn a little bit more about what positions they have available or what they're looking for, see if they're a good fit for you as a company, and then see if you can find a job that is a good fit for your skills. If you're looking for something specifically customer service based, those two companies definitely have remote customer service roles. Travelers also has a ton of remote customer service roles, and they are a great company too. Those are going to be my recommendations right now. But there are other healthcare companies. I don't have the list right in front of me, and it would take me too long to pull that up. So if you are looking for other healthcare companies, go join our Facebook group, and we can see if we can help get you some information. So, because you're not alone. You're not alone. I know that right now, the market is rough, right? The market's a little bit rough. Kimber actually just posted about it today to be like, we know that the market is tricky. We know that there are some things involved. She just shared a YouTube video 2 weeks ago, I think, about how to find remote work that doesn't suck. And she's going to do sharing a follow-up YouTube video for resources here in the next week or so about like what to do if you're not hearing back. So highly recommend checking that out. So go join our group. Hold on, I'm gonna double check this and get you a date for this. Kimber just posted and I thought it was really useful. Okay, yeah, so she's, sorry, I misspoke. The follow-up resource video that she's sharing is how to stand out as an applicant to help you get noticed. So we will share that on our YouTube as soon as that's where it obviously will get posted. But we're also going to post about it in the Facebook group. And we get it. The market is rough right now. There's just a lot of people looking. So finding ways to stand out and things like that can be really useful. So keep your eyes open for that. Okay. Janelle in our Facebook group has a question, says, when they prefer bachelor's, but I have my associates and work experience, then will I still have a chance? Yeah. Yeah. So, Janelle, yes. We like to say that while yes, some of the requirements are actually required, if you meet about 75 to 80% of those requirements, still apply. Tailor your resume to highlight the experience that really marks you as like the fit for this role in this company. But a lot of times they put a whole list of requirements, and many times it's just their wish list, right? It's like what they would really love. An ideal candidate would have all of these things, but they understand that not everybody or not the candidates are not always going to have every single one of those, right? So if they want a bachelor's and you don't have the bachelor's, but you have an associate's and the work experience they're looking for, apply. Definitely apply. Just make sure that you're taking the time to tailor your resume and say like, and really put in the keywords, put in those like other requirements that you do meet, highlight those up front and center, like make it as easy and clear as possible for the recruiter to like grab your resume and be like, oh, we were looking for X, Y, and Z. Janelle has X, Y, Z. Amazing, right? Because they don't expect you to have 100%. If you do, that's cool, but they don't necessarily expect that. It's more of a wish list. So if you have most of the requirements, definitely apply. I hope that answers your question, but I really hope you do apply. And Shells, I see that you're already in the group. Check it out. Yes. Go search in the group for positions that you're looking for, Shells. Go search. What are you looking for specifically? What job titles would you want to hold? Go search for those. And then if you're not sure, that's a great place to start, figuring out exactly what type of role you'd want to have, because that will also help narrow your search and like hone your search into something that you're actually looking for and you would actually want to work in versus this big giant market of everything, right? So that's usually like my little segue here. My first tip, if you're starting to look for jobs and you don't know what you want, that's step one, right? Figuring out what you want. What do you want to do? And figuring out what are some potential job titles that you would want to have. And that's where like searching the group is really helpful. If you're just, that's what I did. When I was getting back into the workforce, we lived overseas for 5 years, twice. And like, when I was coming back, I was like, I don't know what I want to do now. Like, I don't know. I've been out of like real job land for a while. Typical military spouse. I bing bonged all over a bunch of different jobs. And so I actually got on the VertForce group and was searching and just like kind of like lurking and reading other people's posts to be like, what are people doing? Like, if I have this background, what could I do? Or what is a job title that would fit what experience I have and what I would like to do? And that's kind of how I did that. So that's usually my first recommendation for what you want to do. So anyways, if anybody has questions, now is a great time to ask them before we wrap up for the week. Quick little recap here for anybody who is just joining and doesn't know. We have a job board. If you didn't know that, that's important. So check us out, jobs.vertforce.us. You can also scan this QR code here. Make sure that you make an account. Otherwise, you will only see 2 to 3 jobs on the job board, but you won't see all of them. So make sure you make an account. That's important. And the jobs on there update frequently. We just had a new job go up yesterday, the sales and marketing position. Those change frequently. That job will be gone before I do Tuesday job talks next week. And that's happened so many times where I do Tuesday job talk, we get new positions on Wednesday. And by the time I do Tuesday job talk again, they're off the board. So make sure you're signed up for there. You'll get emails from us. So make sure you're checking spam. If you're signed up and you're not getting emails, check your spam, because inevitably that's where we will be. So you will have been getting emails. You just won't be seeing them. So make sure you sign up, check your emails. You can also join our Facebook group as a great place, because anytime we have new information, whether that's a new job, a new event, new podcast resource, tips, whatever it is, that's where we're going to share it. That's also, like I said, it's almost 90,000 strong of people there to help you. So if you are interested in getting more information, you want to search the group for leads, suggestion, tips, that's a great place to do that. And then I see we have a question, Katrina, now that I know it's you. If you have an unemployment gap, I haven't had a regular job since like 4 years ago. Since then, been a stay-at-home mom. On my resume, it kind of looked like its own job with its own job description responsibilities. Great. That's great. And listen, I also have resume gaps, right? What military spouse does not have a resume gap? If you don't, that's amazing. More power to you. That's fantastic. I have resume gaps and it is okay. Most people or most employers these days understand resume gaps are a thing. They happen for any number of reasons, whether you're a military spouse or not. So don't worry too much about it. One thing to mention is that, yes, great. You are doing a lot. Even if you're not working, you are still doing a lot. Don't discredit that. And I'm sure my lights just went out. Sorry. Oh, that's very hot. That's not good. Sorry. If you have volunteered, put that on your resume. Put it on your resume. I don't care if you were paid or not paid. Put it on your resume, because in my opinion, experience is experience, whether you were paid or not. Right. So I would just recommend changing maybe it from work experience to just experience as the title on your resume, and include your volunteer experience. nowhere on any of your like work experience, like when I worked at a bank, does it say, hey, I worked at a bank and I got paid X amount per hour or salaried. It's not going to say that. So there's no reason for you to not include your volunteer experience on your resume if it's relevant. So that's okay. It's okay if you have gaps. Put what you can on there. Volunteer experience is a great way to add more bulk to your resume. If you don't have volunteer experience, that is okay too. One of the ways to sort of bridge a gap is to not include months in your resume. You can just put years if you want. We have a lot of tips about that actually, Katrina, on our job board. If you go to jobs.VirtForce, once you sign in at the top, there's like a little navigation bar and it says learning. If you click that on the learning tab, we have a resume boot camp, which I know some of the links are broken. I'm so sorry. We are in the process of getting those fixed, but there are a bunch of resources and like it is a massive course that will take you from like ground zero, don't have a resume, to writing one. So like if you don't need all of that, but we have a whole section on resume gaps that is really helpful. And if you search in our Facebook group, I know that we've had a lot of people ask about resume gaps and I know that I've shared some tips in there. So don't worry too much. Like they are a thing, we get it, but just know that like, even if you weren't getting paid to work, you were still doing things and still gaining skills, whether that's just from military life or being a parent or volunteering with your spouse's club or on your base or with a local community group. Those all count as experience. Put them in there as needed, and that's okay. So let's see. Shells would like to know, should my resume stay 1 page or can it be 2 pages? You'd like to add more information on your resume, but it would exceed 2 pages. 2 pages is usually about where I say my max is. Unless you've been working for like 25 plus years. My brother-in-law is finding a new job and his resume is substantially longer than mine because he has a bulk of work relevant. I want to say that relevant work experience. So I want to make sure you know that when you're writing your resume, that 1 page is pretty good. Like 1 page is pretty standard. If you have relevant being the key word here, relevant work experience, it can exceed 1 page. That is okay. But you don't want to just like put everything on your resume if it doesn't even a little bit relate to what you're applying for, because then it's just creating noise that's going to get in the way of the recruiter being able to see like, hey, her last 3 jobs were perfect for this role that she's applying for. So yes, 2 pages is fine, but make sure that what is on your resume is applicable and transferable to the role and the company that you are applying for. So if I'm applying for a marketing position, my work as a bank teller from 15 years ago, woo, that's a long time ago now. My work experience as a bank teller from 15 years ago is absolutely not relevant at this point to a marketing and sales position. It's just not. If it is relevant, then yeah, add it. But make sure that you're actually being honest with yourself, because yes, you want to add work experience on there, but if you add too much, it's just too much noise. It's too much and it's not relevant to what they're looking for, then it's going to make them confused. So make it as easy and clear and concise as possible for the recruiter to see that you are the fit and the person for that role, if that makes sense. Leah's asking a question to Shells. All right. Does anybody have any other questions? I'm checking. Oh, hey, I see somebody on Instagram. Camilla is asking, who should we contact if we applied but haven't received a response? Camilla, if you were applying for a position on the VirtForce job board, specifically to VirtForce, so where you applied on our job board versus it taking you to like the Imagine 360 job board or the Travelers job board, if it is a VirtForce applied position, you can reach out to hire@virtforce.us, but I will say we do contact every single person who applies. It does take a while because we do have to go through all of the applicants. We go through interviews. And if you are not moving forward in the process, we have found somebody where the role is going to be filled by this person. We do let you know that the role has been filled, but we don't do that until the role has actually been filled, because we don't want to tell you we found somebody until that role is actually filled, right? So we will contact you if it's from the VertForce job board. Just be patient. Sometimes it can take a little while. We are a very, very tiny team, and we do get hundreds of applicants. So sometimes it can take a little bit of time to get back to you. If that answers your question. I don't have a time stamp on that, so I don't know when you actually asked that. So I apologize if I missed you. So if you have not heard from another company, a bigger company, just know that that's okay. It doesn't necessarily mean anything bad. But I will say that most companies these days, especially ones for remote work, and even not remote work, will get like thousands, hundreds, if not thousands of applicants, especially if the position is posted on something like LinkedIn or Indeed, where you can literally just be like, oh, apply, because people will apply even if they totally do not even a little bit fit the role or the requirements. People will just apply because it's so easy to apply, and they figure they'll just shoot their shot and see what happens. So sometimes you won't hear back from bigger companies. That does happen. If you have applied for travelers through our job board, we do have an advocacy link for you. If it's been more than 3 weeks since you applied, we have an advocacy form you can fill out so that we can reach out to them on your behalf. All of the CVS job descriptions on our job board, at the very last line, very, very bottom of the thing, the very last line is an advocacy form to let us know that you have applied for that position. So make sure you fill that out. Like I said, stay tuned too for CVS. We've got some exciting updates coming with that. So sometimes, like, unfortunately, depending on where you are applying, sometimes you just won't hear back because it's very hard for companies right now to reach out to hundreds of applicants that they don't move forward with. So just as a heads up on that. But VertForce, if you've applied to a specific VertForce role, like the marketing sales role, we will contact you when the role has been filled. If you're not moving forward, you will be contacted from us. But again, make sure you're checking your spam folders and junk folders. Sometimes we get sent in there. So I just want to make sure you're not missing us that way. And I think that's all the questions. So I have another meeting here in about 10 minutes. So if you have any other questions, now is the time to ask. I think I covered everything. I'm going to put our Imagine 360 event back up there. It is on September 18th, and I hope to see you there. It's going to be fantastic. It's a great chance to meet Imagine 360 as an employer, to hear people who were literally in your shoes, guys. Well, I guess not literally. Okay, figuratively, they were in your shoes. They are military spouses who are VertForce community members who found out about Imagine 360 through VertForce and are now thriving at Imagine 360. You get to hear their stories, how they got hired, what they're doing there. You'll get to hear from the recruitment teams. You'll get to hear about what roles they're hiring for, what they're looking for in candidates. So I hope to see you guys there. Janelle says you didn't receive a confirmation. That is interesting, because you definitely should have. Janelle, can you message the VertForce business page? Actually, hold on. No, email me. Can you email me, Janelle, at Kaiti, Kaiti, at vertforce.us? I will comment that on your thing afterwards. Let me see if I can go find it for you really fast. Oh yeah, here we go. It's going to let me do it on Facebook. Email me at Kaiti at vertforce.us. So that way I can check and make sure that your RSVP for the Coffee and Connect went through properly, and make sure everything on our end is functioning properly, because you definitely should have gotten a confirmation. So email me, and thank you for letting me know that that didn't work, because if it's not working, I want to make sure that I get that situated ASAP. Jerry, you too? You RSVP'd and didn't go through? So I guess I know what I'm doing this afternoon, guys. Thank you so much for letting me know that the RSVP is not working. I will go check on that right now and get that situated. Jerry, you can also email me at katie@vertforce.us. It's KAITI@vertforce.us. Let me know that you RSVP'd and you didn't get a confirmation email. I will make sure that your RSVP did go through. You should be getting a calendar invite for that from Kimber@vertforce.io in the next week. I am sending out those calendar invites to add the event to your calendar. So I will check on your guys' RSVPs and make sure that that's going properly, because that is not great if it's not sending your confirmation emails, but you should be getting calendar invites this week as well. I guess that is it for this week. So hope you guys have a wonderful, wonderful rest of your week. And I will see you guys on Tuesday of next week at noon Pacific Standard Time for our next Tuesday job talks. And I will be on the lookout for your guys' emails to see if I can help you with the RSVP situation. So I hope you guys have a great day, and I'll see you next week.